Hello and welcome to Getting Goosebumps, the podcast where we venture into the spine-tingling worlds of R.L. Stine. I'm Stacy.
And I'm ready for Halloween, Alison.
Why, hello there. I'm Michaela.
You did an intro just like that. I just edited it.
Oh, okay, let me do something else.
there.
You were like, hello, I'm Michaela. And it sounded just like that.
Well, maybe that's just who I am.
Yeah, that's
All
her new persona.
It's hard
I
to
don't
come
like
up
it.
with things.
I like it.
Alison
Okay,
did
I'm
good
ready.
with her waiting for Halloween.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, my
Okay.
bit is, I don't know if you get this, my bit is that I have a little bit of a sentence each time.
Yeah.
Got that. I like it. It works. All right,
All
Michaela,
right.
take it away.
Hey, it's Mickey.
What?
Like you
What just happened?
toilet.
Did you just robot fart into the
No,
microphone?
it sounded like she plunging
did.
into
It's very. And then I started laughing because it was funny.
I couldn't even.
I don't know what happened. It was like
I don't either because
Did not translate.
I just started laughing at the noise that I heard, so I didn't hear the rest. I'm sorry.
All right. It wasn't good. All right,
Okay.
ready?
Take 3.
Tee-hee-hee, it's me, Mickey.
It just keeps getting
That's-
weirder. We need
Yeah,
to call
I
it.
can't wait till we get to book 70.
Oh
Like,
my
she's
God.
gonna be speaking in a different alien
Oh,
language.
wait, okay. Let me try again.
Okay, take 4.
All right.
Are you choking?
I'm trying to get my composure. Hey, it's me, Mickey. Oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with me. Now I have the giggles. Okay.
No, it's fine. We're leaving it. You don't get take 5. That's it.
All right. That's fine.
See,
Should I do
Stacey,
another one, Stacy?
If you want. Because I don't think you've made it through your name.
No, you're right. Because I keep starting to say Michaela, and then I give up halfway through, and I'm like, that sounds enough like Mickey.
Listeners, this is the most we'll laugh during this horrible book. So
Yeah,
we're just avoiding it.
All right, I've got
Yeah.
one. I've got one.
Okay.
I've got
Okay.
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 That's good soup. This is Michaela.
That was great.
Thank you.
I love it. Okay. All right. Go.
Yeah.
Go, Stacy.
Welcome to today's episode. We are going to cover book number 6, Let's Get Invisible. And no, we did not have a good time. So
Let's get out of here.
let's get out of here. Let me go ahead and read the summary and get that out of the way. And it's going to sound more exciting than it was. I promise you. Like, the
Mhm.
concept sounds great.
Because
And-
it's a movie.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Max is celebrating his 12th birthday with his brother Noah, who he calls Lefty because he's left-handed, and a group of his friends, including adventurous Erin and timid April. After most of the guests leave, the group head up to the attic to explore, discovering a secret room containing an antique mirror. Turning on the light above the mirror, Max disappears. He reappears when turning the light off again. The girls leave before they can try it again. Max and Lefty experiment more in the middle of the night and learn that the longer they stay invisible, the longer it takes to reappear again. When Max's friend Zach comes over and tests the mirror, he starts to feel like he's fading away after 5 minutes. This starts a competition among the kids who constantly want to stay invisible longer. Max's grandparents, Grammy and Poppy, come over and discuss soup. During dinner, Max notices Lefty's dinnerware floating over the table. He quickly realizes that Lefty has gone invisible and left the attic, setting a new invisible record. The mirror starts to draw Max to it, whispering his name and hypnotizing him to spend time sitting in front of it staring. The next time Lefty disappears, Max notices that he comes back a bit different. The same with Erin. Zach's next trip has him juggling tomatoes in the neighbor's garden, and upon returning, his hair is flipped the opposite direction. Max has a bad feeling about his final disappearance, during which his mom enters the room and he is not able to return. He feels he is floating, the others cannot hear him, and he then meets his own reflection. The reflection wants to take his place, as his friends' reflections have already done. Lefty throws a ball and strikes the mirror, however, returning the reflections to the mirror and restoring the correct kids back in their home world. Although Max thinks everything is back to normal, he realizes that Lefty is using his right hand. That was my best shot at writing a summary, and some of the details could be wrong, but I don't care.
No, none of us care. It's a bad book. So I know that, like, just to address the elephant in the room, I know that this book is essentially, it's about, death. It's about, like, death kind of chasing them, sort of. Like Kids Bop's
Is it?
version. I mean,
They don't die when they go in the mirror world.
Yeah, but it's like, it's the idea of the movie Flatliners, though. We had talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it made me think of? An allegory for, like, drug addiction. Like, because they all want to stay invisible for longer and longer, and then they, like, they're fighting to do it, and then they just can't stop, like, being invisible. It feels, like, great.
They can't stop thinking about it.
They can't stop thinking about it, and then when they do it too much, they become another.
Wow.
Oh, that's real deep, man.
All right, I think that we're done here, so let's just end the episode.
Yep.
All right, let's get into it.
I didn't take too many notes. My first note says the first page is all about hair, and the way characters are described in this book is really weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to expand on that. I feel
I was thinking about it at the beginning, reading it too, and I think why it is weird is because it's in our main character's voice, but he just has a weird attitude.
Well, let me just read you an excerpt from this brilliant introduction from our main character, Max. Blah, 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 blah. My birthday's on a rainy Saturday. I have to get ready. Getting ready means brushing my hair. And then he talks about my brother being on my case about my hair. I spend so much time in front of a mirror brushing it. Foreshadowing. And then, the thing is, I just happen to have great hair. It's very thick and sort of a golden brown and just a little bit wavy. My hair is my best feature, so I like to make sure it looks okay. All right, Max, calm down about your hair now.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, like, what? Max,
I feel as a person born in August, I need to defend Max, even though it doesn't mention when his birthday is. Does it mention what time of year it is? Anyway,
a rainy Saturday.
Yeah. He is a Leo, obviously. Hair is very important, and of course it's his best feature because he's a Leo. So get off his back, okay?
Okay.
We have great hair.
Oh, we didn't talk about the cover. You can see his hair.
Oh God, yeah. Well, okay.
Is that him or is that his little bro?
I don't know. Well, he's holding up his right hand.
I don't know. Why wouldn't it be him? He's the main character.
Why
There's no
would
wave
it be
in his
him?
hair.
I don't know.
It's not. I'm not impressed by that. Anyway, okay. So the cover.
Also, hold on. Oh yeah, explain the cover because then I have a fun fact about the cover I read.
Okay, hold on to your fun. Oh, there's a tiny, tiny little spooter in there.
Okay, yeah, that's part of the fun fact. So
okay, well, I won't
bring it back around to that when you're done.
I will. Okay, so the cover it has lovely colors. It has excellent lighting. The artist, as always, does a brilliant job. It is who we think is Max in front of a beautifully big, like, ornate mirror. And he has a.
It's not ornate. It's just big and wood. It's got an oval wooden frame.
All right, mirror expert.
It's not ornate. It's kind of plain.
It is sort of plain.
All right, big old plain, stupid, dumb mirror. So Max's is made of wood. It's it. And Max is standing in front of it. And he's holding up his hand. And he's looking at it, and he's looking at his real hand. It looks fine, but in the mirror, hand has started to fade. And then his legs are, like, completely see-through in the mirror reflection. And then you can also see the attic kind of clutter around him, which I really like, because, I don't know. I like a good cluttered attic. It's all blue. The colors are bright and vivid on Max and faded away from him. I enjoyed it. And oh, look, there's a little teeny spooter.
Oh, fun fact.
What are you talking about?
What?
I need to hear what teeny what?
A spooter. I say it because it makes me not feel bad when I say the other word.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. A spider!
Yep.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Stacy. Sorry.
The cobweb and the spider were not part of the original drawing. The artist did not put them in there. They were added later by an unknown person.
I actually am looking at the version of the cover that I have, which is the not original. It has like a blue gooey outline. It was when they printed them without the texture.
Yeah.
I don't see a spider or a spider web anywhere.
Yeah, I think they reprinted it with the original drawing.
Huh.
Interesting.
Also,
I see it on the website. That's the original one without the web.
It does look like it has kind of just been like somebody opened a clip art and just kind of copy pasted that thing on there because it doesn't have any shading. It's just kind of hanging out.
The 2015 cover is the best cover, which I don't say often. But it looks
that the purple
rad.
one?
The one where his head has been removed.
Oh, I love when his head is gone.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, cover done.
Great. Oh, but that's the best part. The cover is we could talk about that forever.
All right, I think we're done here. Let's wrap up the episode.
So Max and his friends discover a mirror in the attic that when you pull the light chain, you go invisible. When you pull the light chain again, you come back. The longer that you are invisible, the longer it takes to come back.
Yeah, just like an Animorphs.
Oh no, remember that one kid doesn't come back.
Yeah, he turns into a hawk and he just stays a hawk. I wonder if he got a hawk wife.
Oh, we should read those books.
Yeah, let's
Why is that much wonder if he got a hawk wife?
All right, let's wrap this up and go get Animorphs.
Everybody's wondering, did he get a hawk wife?
I am wondering. I bet there's some fanfic out there.
Oh, I bet there's some fanfic. There's always fanfic.
What was his name? Like, isn't it Travis or something? Or
I think it was Tobias.
Tobias. I knew. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yep.
So I want to talk a little bit more about what happens in the story because I do have some questions about the mechanics of this mirror that I'm hoping you guys can help me with.
Sure, I have all the answers.
Yeah, I definitely can explain this.
Okay, so yeah, they discovered that the longer you're invisible, the longer it takes to come back, and the longer that you're invisible, the weirder the kids start to feel. They notice that they feel like they're fading away. They struggle keeping contact with the kids that remain behind. And as it turns out, it's kind of that they're being drawn into the mirror dimension, and their reflections are waiting to take their place in the regular world. Yeah. Which does lead me to another question of why? Why does it matter? Why do they want to be, if the worlds are the same, why do they want to be in the...
The worlds are not the same. The mirror world is just a
the
fever dream nightmare thing.
Yeah. The delicious soup in the mirror world doesn't even have any flavor.
I didn't see any soup in the mirror world.
That was the best scene in this whole book, was the grandparents discussing soup.
Yeah,
I love Poppy and Grammy.
Yeah, can we talk about them for the next hour?
Can we talk about how they were introduced into this book for no reason? Because you think, this house, maybe this house used to be their house, and we're going to get some more information. Nope.
Yes.
They're just here to sip soup and talk and argue and be adorable.
Guys, is this like a backdoor secret, soup advertisement?
There was a lot of soup in this book.
I really want soup now. Am I being brainwashed?
Cold soup, warm soup, chicken noodle soup.
Strawberry soup.
Strawberry soup. Okay, we need to continue talking about this so we can go and specifically reference the grandparents.
I think the book demonstrated that it doesn't have to be the person who pulls the chain that goes invisible. It happens to be everyone in the vicinity. But is there a distance meter on that? Do they have to be in the room?
Okay, so I think it's anyone who's standing directly under the light.
Okay.
Not
the light. you.
So then is it the light or the mirror?
It's the light. The light creates a portal to the mirror world, I think.
But then
The light begins to open, the veil between mirror world and real world starts to thin as the light is on, and the longer that the light is on, the thinner the veil is, and the easier it is to be drawn into the mirror, and your evil doppelganger can come out.
See, I knew you would have the answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, because I don't
I
really
got it
want
all figured out.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, done.
So, case closed.
Case closed.
All right.
It makes perfect sense. There's no holes.
Yeah, this is just one of those things. And I know we've barely talked about like the actual plot of the book because I just don't want to.
But there's that's the plot. They just keep going back to the mirror, and they have this competition where each one wants to stay longer than the others, and that's where the parallel to Flatliners comes from. Is that
and
they kill each other, they want to stay longer. They're competing.
And heroin.
Sure.
I just need a longer hit, man. But no. So like, this is one of the tropes that happens occasionally in the Goosebumps books, where the entire plot starts around this idea that this supernatural magic thing was there the whole time, and they just stumbled upon it. Like, I think
that can work and be okay. There were so many opportunities to make that work and make it make sense, either with their mom, if she found out about it and was like, oh no, you're not supposed to go in that room. Or like, why would their mom grew up in this house and then moved back in with her own family. She should know every single space in this house. Why does she not know about this? And if she doesn't, why don't her parents know about it?
Because, like, Max is he's turning 11 or something, or he's turning 12?
12.
And they find the secret room immediately. Like, you can't tell me that the mother, as a child, never, like, messed around and, I don't know, like, because Stacy had the house that she grew up in, had that secret door into the secret attic, where she keeps her secret mirror.
That's where they kept her brother.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so, like, you know, I hope the audience member is just got a real what the hell moment. But like, it really bothers me it's rarely done well. I know it can be done well, but it's rarely done well, and it's just like.
To me, I'm not bothered by a secret room with a magic mirror in it. That doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. It's that no one seems to have ever known about it, and there's not even a hint of an explanation as to where it came from.
Yeah. Well, like in Monster Blood, they have the store that they get the Monster Blood from. It's like, oh, we didn't even know the store was here. And then, it's closed the next, day.
But they knew the store was there. That girl loved that store. It was her favorite store.
Oh, was it? I thought
That's why she took him there, because he wanted to go to another toy store in town. She was like, no, there's another one that I really like.
Okay, I'll admit I blocked that out because I detested that book
and
so
I think in that case it also is a thing where they stumbled into a back room they weren't supposed to be in, but there was an adult there who knew what was in that back room.
Yeah.
And he was mad that they went in there. Like, the idea that a house exists with an attic and it has a whole entire room in it that the adults who own the house have no idea about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and the adults who owned it before them have no idea about is just super wild to me. Like, I can't get around it.
How cool would it have been if the, like, twist at the end, which we haven't said yet, but we'll get to there. But, like, the twist at the end wasn't what it is, but instead it was like, Max, in his attempt to stop going into the mirror world or whatever, sees, like, his real mother. Oh. No, wait, that would make sense because she would have gone in as a child. No, never mind. His mother is his real mother. But, like...
Still do that. Like...
Yeah, it could be like, who are you? I'm, I'm your 12-year-old mother from the past.
Do you think people still age in the mirror world?
I don't know.
I mean, they have to.
They're they're the mirror of the other person, so...
But maybe they don't change until you step in front of the mirror, and then they, like, update.
Oh, what if they're not born until...
Yeah, there's like a little loading screen.
They update. I have to update my graphics card or else it's just gonna not update. Yeah, would that'd be interesting if they like, what if they came into existence the first time you go in front of a mirror or something? And
I don't know.
We're just making this much more interesting than it is. But okay, so wait, let's actually go to the book instead of talking about thoughts of the book.
I was just gonna say one of the difficult things about this book is that there's literally one scene that is outside of the house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every other scene takes place inside the house. Most of them being in the attic.
Yeah. And we've seen this done extremely well with Stay Out of the Basement.
That's true.
But this book, no siree. Stay Out of the Attic?
That's a really good point about Stay Out of the Basement.
Yeah, that book was amazing and it felt rich.
Despite the title, we were in the basement a whole lot.
Yeah, but it felt spacious. It felt, like, it felt, like I said, very rich and vibrant. This book is just like...
Yeah, I felt very trapped in the attic.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just going to say, reading Stay Out of the Basement, I never even thought about the fact that it only takes place in one location. Like, while I'm reading it, that doesn't occur to me because the book is interesting, and there's a lot of interesting things happening, and I want to learn more. Whereas this one, I just was like... Are we going up to the attic again? Okay, we're going up to the attic again. It's happening again.
Hey guys, let's be invisible again. Okay, that's it.
Think about it as a kid too. Like, how would I feel if... And I don't feel like they did any of the things I would have done in this scenario. I don't know. Maybe it didn't feel genuine. Maybe I'm just not the type of kid that this character is. Like, I don't relate to him very well or something.
Yeah, I almost felt like I was relating and I was getting into it when Max was thinking about how scared he was of the situation and he was being like the reasonable one. But then in literally 2 seconds, he'd be like, okay, yeah, okay, we'll have a competition. All right. Like he was folding easily to his friend. That's me?
That's you. You didn't put up a fight for things.
No,
ever.
That's true. But I just mean internally. Like, even if I couldn't convince my friends to do the right thing, I wouldn't just shrug and be like, okay, I guess we'll have fun doing this then. Yeah. Like, I would have been more like April is in the book, where I guess even if I didn't, like, really stand up to my friends, if I didn't want to do something, I would at least be pouting in the corner. And be like, this is dumb. We shouldn't be doing this. But then even she comes around and like gets into it. Is that because the mirror's drawing her in? I don't know. We don't really get that explained to us. I think it's just because she doesn't stand by her convictions.
It's because it's an addiction. You don't want it, but you
peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure is an addiction. Wait, that doesn't quite work.
No.
But so I think, what is it like? I don't even know if we've gotten this far. Did I pass the grandparents already? God, I want to just read about them.
We talked about the grandparents.
Yeah.
I just want to read that scene.
They just visit.
I just have some soup.
Everyone wanted to use the mirror as a science fair project.
Oh, this was so dumb.
Which was weird.
Just that's not how science fair projects work. I think that we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
You don't get to just present something that's cool and then not explain how it works scientifically.
My project is I brought this box, and if you look inside, it's dark. The end. No. It's not. No. You didn't do anything. You brought an item, and you explained what happened. No. But, where was that before this? I can't remember. I didn't mark any pages for this, because I read this.
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it, Alison.
Okay. Well, so, like, I'm just thinking of the part where him and Max both go invisible, and they're like, well, we can still, like, feel each other. We're still here.
Oh, Lefty and Max?
Yeah, yes, sorry. Yes. And then, when Max tries to come back, he, like, turns the light off or on or whatever the undoing, and he doesn't come back right away. And then he starts to, like, freak out, because he's like, what if I never come back? What if I can only come back twice? Like, I can only go invisible twice, and that's it. And then, like, it's several minutes, and he doesn't become visible. And then he comes back and he's like, ta-da, I knew it all along, blah, 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 blah. But he was like, oh, I feel kind of shaky. I feel anxious, but I ignored it. I wanted to enjoy my moment of glory.
Yeah,
Like,
I think the moments that I did like, because I actually, there were like tiny little fragments in this book that I really did enjoy. So like those little moments where he's like, oh no, I'm not coming back. Like that little panicky thing, like that's really good. I liked that a lot. Or like the moment where the chain did break when he was invisible and what's his name? What's his friend's name? The hair? Zach. Zach pulls it and he breaks the chain. That was like, because I had forgotten what happens after that. I was like, oh, that's actually genuinely like a scary moment because they didn't know what was going to happen. But then the fact that they all sort of, to keep the story going and to keep them going back to the mirror, they kind of had like, it was written that they all just sort of like shrugged everything off.
Yeah,
like everything scary about it, they would feel scared for a minute and then be like, yeah, it'll probably be fine though. I like this.
I really enjoyed the moments where they were like realistically like human, like the anxiety and the feeling of like, you know, oh dear, this is not good, I shouldn't do this, or like the worry and the concern. It really made them feel more fleshed out. But then, like you said, like every time they finished their invisibility fun, it was just like, no, I'm not worried about anything, I'm fine, and they just dismissed it. And so, okay, well, you're just, it's like they were being like, oh God, how can I word this? It's like they were being 2D versions of themselves, just like themselves in the mirror. No, that's nothing.
What?
That's nothing. I'm just saying they're just very flat characters.
Yeah.
But I don't think that that's intentional as like an allegory for
that's what I was going to say too.
I think it's just bad
writing. If that could have been done intentionally too, if you like, if it had been written that every time they use it, they, like you said, like if it was sort of made to be more like they're becoming addicted to the feeling or something. Ooh. But that wasn't really implied, I don't think. I think the only implication was that it was really scary while it was happening, and then when it was over, all they could remember was the fun part.
Yeah, and I just like, I can imagine like just a little of addition of like Max, like a scene with Max, like, I don't know, sitting at dinner with his family and then feeling like, describing like, you know, oh, I started to get like, you know, I could feel my feet tapping and my fingers twitching. It's like, oh, I wanted to be invisible again. You know, it made me feel free or something. And then he goes up and then, you know, goes invisible and then maybe describes it as like, oh, it's like a cool, clean, like fresh of breath air, a breath of fresh air. You know, that would help the story so much because it'd be like, oh yeah, he's literally addicted to this. But instead it's like, I know it's dangerous, but yeah, sure, I'll go invisible again, I guess, whatever.
Right. It's like the characters weren't complex enough to be afraid of it and also want to do it at the same time. And maybe that's because it's written as a children's book and children aren't expected to understand like the sort of complex feelings of not wanting to do something and wanting to do something at the same time. But I think the kids could have handled it. Yeah, that would have made it make more sense if, like, especially since we have Max's internal dialogue, if we could have gotten him being simultaneously afraid of this thing and wanting to use it again.
Yeah, like he's like yearning for it. He's like, oh, I can't stop thinking about how it felt and, you know, how it made me feel and like all that stuff. But, you know.
Yeah, the whole book is just passive.
Yeah.
Everything about it is passive.
Maybe we're in the mirror world.
What?
Why? I don't know. Because the book is passive and...
Can we talk about the parents in the show? Because
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were so good.
I love the mom. She was cool.
She's
the music in the show was something weird.
It was...
Yeah.
But the parents were great.
Oh, they were so, like... Once again, and this has happened before, too, with the show. I think in... I guess in Welcome to Dead House. No, not Welcome to Dead House. Where are their great parents?
Welcome to Dead House did have great parents.
No, I had the great neighbor lady.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you mean great as in wacky?
Yeah, like sort of wacky, like not not trying to be realistic at all.
The mother in
I think
Say
I may
Cheese
be
and
thinking.
Die.
I think I might be thinking of a future one. But
Maybe.
I just love. I love these weird adults, and the parents in this show are not that weird, but they're just like kooky enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
the mother loves biking.
They were sort of playing like they were from the 50s or something.
Yeah, she has a special biking shirt.
Mm-hmm. And her neck ascot for biking.
Oh, I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And the dad totally talks like he's on like Leave It to Beaver or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so great.
We don't see enough of them though.
I know. I wish there was more. And no grandparents in the show, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing.
No soup in the show either.
No, it's just a letdown all around.
Why did he
I'll tell you
up
what's not a
sad
letdown is in the show when we see the mirror world.
Oh God, yeah.
Because that was some 90s stuff.
Well, let's talk about how they get to the mirror world in the book, and then let's compare it to the show.
Okay.
So in the book, they obviously just keep going invisible. That's all they're doing this book. I was just flipping through the book and I found the scene with the grandparents. I got immediately absorbed.
I want a Grammy and Poppy book. And I want to go with them on like a trip where they're going to have soup for lunch. But maybe there's something weird with the soup and they have this awkward conversation between themselves about the soup.
They call over the waiter.
Yeah. Grammy's like, I don't know. I think something's wrong with the soup. And Poppy's like, no, it's like a soup we had in Istanbul or whatever. And it was like this. And they go back and forth. And then finally there is something wrong with the soup. And everyone at the restaurant dies.
Except for Grammy and Poppy, because they're the ones that poisoned it.
Oh my God. This is great. We need to write this book.
Yeah, let's get on archive of our own, write this fanfic. Grammy and Poppy. Everybody else dies, but they live. Okay, well, it's chapter 23 of this 25, 25 chapters where he finally meets the mirror person. So it's literally the end of the book.
Yeah.
That's just so disappointing. And there's dozens of faces blobbing and bobbing around, floating around.
This was another thing I actually enjoyed. So reading this book and being prepared to hate it, by the time I got to this, I was like, okay, I get what R.L. Stine was going for here. I don't think a Goosebumps book is a great place to explore a sort of it was almost like he wanted to dip into a sort of almost Lovecraftian, I can't really describe what's happening here, but it's so terrifying and there's just shapes floating around that your brain can't even comprehend and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work in a Goosebumps book, but I appreciated the effort, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the end as well.
I think in a different context it could have been good.
I liked the description of his mirror reflection. He was very, very evil, because apparently your reflections are always evil. Just, I don't know, I wish there was more of this in the book. It's just crammed in at the end of a very long journey of nothing.
Exactly. So, imagine if this book had been, a quarter or a fifth of the length, and we got to this sort of thing, right away.
Yeah. Short
story
material. Yeah.
Like a short story, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved that. Would have been great.
Yeah, I think it would have worked a lot better as something like that.
I agree.
But unfortunately, it took us a while to get to this point.
We had to bribe ourselves to get through this book.
Yeah.
Yep.
I rewarded myself with time on the computer between every chapter. I was like, okay, read a chapter, you can go on the computer. All right, read a chapter, you can play WoW a little bit. And then I would do a flight path and I would read and then be like, okay, now I'm going to play again.
I rewarded myself with chores. Read 2 more chapters and you get to take out the trash. Read 2 more chapters and you get to put away the dishes. Yeah, it was very exciting for me.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why. Why was the writing so different in this book? It was not compelling. It was not written. It was written simple. It was simple, oversimplified, overdrawn out.
Yeah.
And I only feel comfortable saying this because we've read some books already so far that were fantastic.
Really good. Yeah.
It's such a dive after reading The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, because The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was like complex and like riveting, and it was funny and it was scary, and the characters had depth. And then this is just like, I feel like this is like we had a 7-course meal with The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, and then this is just a bowl of strawberry soup.
And maybe it's because there was no real threat here. Like, they could just shut the door and leave.
Yeah.
And it's over.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Nobody
got adults involved. Like, this is one of the cases where you could go to your mom and be like, Mom, this is happening, and literally show it to her, and she could see it with her own eyes that this mirror makes people disappear. And that would have exploded it into something entirely different. But they never once do that. Yeah. I mean, I guess as a kid, you probably wouldn't. You don't go to your parents necessarily for a lot of things. But it just blew my mind that it was like, this is like, you have something here.
Have been, and how much more like expanded could the story have been if like somebody mentioned it to Poppy and he knew exactly what it was?
Yeah.
Like, how cool would that be?
That would have been great.
Yeah. But no, it's like a 5-page story spread out into a book, and bleh.
Sorry that we're being so boring right now, everyone, but this book has drained us. It has drained out.
I feel bad because I want to reiterate, we have read some very good R.L. Stine Goosebumps books, and we really like Goosebumps books. But we do. This one just like, now I wonder if it was because, I don't know how he, would come up with the other stories, but maybe part of what didn't fit and work with this one is that it was inspired by a like adult horror movie.
Yeah, and it really had to be trimmed and kind of butchered and piecemealed to make it work for kids, because
like maybe just like I don't know, something about the process of coming up with the story had something to do with it.
Yeah,
I don't know, but anyway.
It's just real rough, guys.
Next we get to read Night of the Living Dummy.
Yeah, that's exciting. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But can we talk about the twist ending at the end? Well, yeah, because
if you want to.
Well, now I don't want to.
Well, we didn't. We didn't really get into like describing what on the TV show the mirror world looked like.
Yes. Oh, it was so good.
So it's all green screen.
Yep.
It's just like a blue, icy polygons floating around, basically, and then clip art of things
floating, like a horse head.
Floating. You know what though? That didn't make sense to me the first time, and then this time watching it, I understood, because I think I paid more attention reading the book this. The random things that are floating around are supposed to be things that are in the attic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, So the description of the mirror world in the book, that's another weird thing, is like this TV show was it was definitely more enjoyable than reading the book. But also, I think that they kind of tried to really stay true to the book in a lot of ways, which I don't think they necessarily often do with the TV versions. Mm-hmm. But so when you're in the mirror world, it is sort of like a nebulous, it's not really the world. The way I was reading it, it sounded like there wasn't really walls or floors or anything. So that is how it's interpreted in the TV show too.
Yeah.
But
it's like a nothingness.
The more he gets, once he goes into the mirror, like once he passes through, he is getting sucked further and further, deeper and deeper away from the mirror. And I think what is happening is once he's in the mirror world, which is already sort of wacky, the further he gets drawn and pulled away from that portal, the more abstract everything gets. So it's when he's trying to run towards the mirror again that these objects and things are sort of floating by him. and I think they're the mirror versions of the things that exist in that attic.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
He's seeing more and more mirror versions of the objects that are in his attic in the real world as he's getting closer to the portal. I thought way too much about this.
No, I mean
it makes sense.
I would do the same. But like, so my question is, I just kind of not even just realized, but just am wondering. So the copies in the mirror, in the mirror world, want to come to our world, the non-mirror world.
Yes.
But if and the Max's double or his reflection or whatever says, like, you know, one by one we're going to bring you all here. Eventually, you know, we're all going to switch, blah blah blah. If that was their aim, and in the book and in the show it shows and tells that other people over the years have also been switched, then why aren't the mirror people like actively campaigning to get people to go into the mirror world? Like, they hid it away in the attic, and, you know, Max's mom and whole family, apparently, we don't know, you know, never got switched, but it was there the whole time. Where are the other people? Well, I mean, clearly they're not super evil, because there's no, like, supervillain killing massive amounts of people in this world. So it's just like, I don't want to be in the mirror world. I want to be in this world. But it's just like, well, it's just, the deeper you go, the less deep it becomes. And it's just like, I'm trying to dig for nuggets of, like, wisdom, but I can't find any. I don't know. It's just
I think you could guess that the mirror wasn't in the house forever. Like, it was somewhere else until someone locked it up in that room in the house. So before it got locked up in that room, it obviously had victims, I guess.
Yeah, but then those victims were like, well, I know there's a whole bunch of mirror people that still want to come out, but I don't care about them. I don't know. Well,
the victims who are stuck in the mirror don't have a choice. They're stuck in those picture frames.
No. I mean, the people who, the reflections that come out, you know, it seems to be their aim to continue bringing reflections out. But it seems like
maybe they just, like you said, like, they just don't want to be in the mirror world anymore. They just want to go live their lives in the real world. And these kid versions wanted to bring their friends along. I don't know. But then, you're right. It says that they want to keep switching people.
It's just it
doesn't make sense. No.
Yeah, it's just I got nothing. Yeah.
Anyway, Max gets out.
Yeah. He gets out. And his friends get out. But not Lefty.
Mm-hmm.
We know. Well, does it? Because apparently his little brother's a pain.
He's a child.
I know, it's kind of dark.
All right.
And now the mirror is broken, so they can't get him back.
There's no way to get him back.
So
that's way heavier than I realized.
Yeah. It's very heavy. Although in the TV show, they imply that the mirror has self-regenerating properties. So in the TV show, perhaps the mirror heals itself, and then they can get Lefty back. I don't know.
But we know that it's Lefty because when he's throwing a ball to Max, or when he catches a ball, instead of catching it in his left hand, because his name is Lefty, he catches it in his right hand.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. That's it. I got nothing else. There's nothing. I love Bike Mom in the show, fixing her bike on the kitchen table. I love Mirror World.
With a tiny brush. She was brushing the gears of the bike.
She was. She's this hardcore cyclist.
I think she had a pearl necklace on.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Oh, love her.
Yeah, she's fantastic. And the dad had the glasses down at the end of his nose with the glasses chain. Absolutely perfection. I loved Mirror World. I very much enjoyed the episode, not enjoyed the book. But yeah, why don't we get to rating this wonderful thing.
Zero. Whoa. Yeah, I don't even want to pretend, man. This was so hard. I don't. It was not a fun time. I don't care anymore. I don't know. I'm going with zero.
What, though?
0 out of 0? No, 0 out of 0 is 100%, Stacy.
But 0 what?
0. I need to think about this.
Okay, well, while you think about it, I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 5 mushy Grammy cheek.
Ew.
All right. I'm gonna surprise you guys.
Okay.
I think I'm learning about myself that a lot of how I rate a book has to do with my expectations when I go in. And my expectations were so low for this one that, yes, the book was a slog to get through. But I really enjoyed the episode, and those little moments that I did like in the book really helped. And also, I do really like the concept for like a very, very short story. If this had been condensed into like a 1-chapter thing or a 2-chapter thing, I think it would have been
like a movie
awesome.
That's about 90 minutes long. Flatliners.
Right. So I'm actually not going to give this the worst score in the world.
Mm-hmm.
For potential and for the little moments that I did enjoy, I'm going to give this 3.8 out of 5.
Whoa.
Holy
strawberry
crap.
soups.
No.
Strawberry
What?
soups.
That's right. Yes. I stand by it.
That's quite high.
That's, yeah.
I love those 90s green screen graphics.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Yeah, but we're all acknowledging though, Mickey, that boost in rating comes from the aid of the episode.
Yes.
Yes, we accept, but we acknowledge.
Yes.
And then Stacy,
and also the untapped potential.
Yeah, they're just like those little moments, like little nuggets of gold, you know. But unfortunately unexplored. Stacy, what's your thing?
Juggling tomatoes.
I'm just gonna say 0 juggling tomatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Across the board, not a great time. But I liked the ending. I did enjoy the episode because it was so whimsical. And I'm in the same boat as Mickey with the potential, but rather than celebrating like what could be, I'm more bitter about what wasn't.
I struggled with the episode too because some of those kids' acting was not great.
Yeah, but
it was
painful. I've come to
like worse than usual.
Yeah, Kevin Zegers was great, but
who was that?
The little
one. Oh yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, all these.
That was like one of those moments where I was watching it and I was like, oh, this kid's actually an actor.
Yeah. I just go into every episode and I'm like, these are, child actors in the 90s who know they're doing a campy thing and probably aren't actually all actors. I'm fine with whatever garbage they give me, and I'm only just surprised when I get a great, what was his name? What was it? Devon Sawa? No. Yeah. Ryan Gosling. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I get my tousled blonde-haired 90s kids actors confused.
And Canadian.
Yeah, and Canadian. But yeah, no, I swear to God, if we do another reboot, I'm quitting the show. Because I'm not reading this again.
No, we just skipped this one.
Yeah, that's fine. We can just go to the books that we still haven't read. Can't wait. Get there. But next we do have the, whatever it's called, Slappy's Slap Happy Time.
Night of the Living Dummy.
Yep, that one. Oh, crap, I don't actually have that book.
I feel bad about my score. I feel like I need to change it.
No, don't. It's your score.
Too high?
Own it.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my other scores that I've given, and it just doesn't check out. Like, I gave Welcome to Dead House 3 out of 5.
Yeah, and Welcome to Dead House was enjoyable.
Well, some of it.
It wasn't great. I said it was enjoyable.
I think I'm just going to change it to 2.9.
Okay. I'm comfortable with that.
Thank you.
2.9 out of 5 strawberry soups.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm great with that.
Okay. So, yeah. Like we said, next time we will get to read Night of the Living Dummy. And in the meantime, you can check us out on social media. We are at Goosebumps Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to stay spooky.
Ooh, bye.
Bye.